What's going on, guys? Matt Weik here with Jimmy Mentis, another episode of Fit Business. We're kind of laughing because it seems like every time we go to record, something wonky always happens. So
we are definitely rocket scientists when it comes to Skyping.
So I hit record, and then next thing it hangs up. I'm like, oh, Jimmy must have hit hang up by mistake. So
Jimmy's eating again.
So you call me back. And I'm like, oh, you hang up on me? You're like, no, I didn't hang up on you. So it's always something. But we're glad to be here. Thank you guys for joining us. Today's topic, what we want to really do is we want to talk about branding in the sense of, do you need to have a personal brand, a business brand, either or both? So Jimmy, what are your thoughts on this?
I believe both. And because, you know, it's even though a company has the products. Are we talking about supplement companies now, or are you just talking about it in general?
I think in general. It doesn't have to be supplements.
Well, let's put it this way. Isn't personal branding part of the corporate branding, the company branding? Because if you're talking about an owner, I understand it could be yes, it could be no, right? But isn't a LeBron James a personal brand?
Yes. I look at it as, for instance, when I worked at Metrex, they didn't have a personal brand. There was no real face of the brand in the term.
Connolly was, man.
That's back in the day. That's back in the day. Connolly's long gone. There's nobody who has a personal brand with something like that. I mean, you can name a whole bunch of supplement companies, Cellucor, Optimum. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm not picking on these companies.
Right.
I mean, they're huge companies. Right. But the fact is, they have more branding towards a business and no personal branding behind it. Like you True. And I, like I'm very, I work one-on-one with everybody, all my clients. I mean, I'm a one-man show, so I have to be.
Right.
But I have a personal brand and a business brand because the business is technically what people are paying, but right. They're coming for me. So I need to have the personal branding side of things where I'm getting out there. People are seeing my face so that it helps the overall business. So, for instance, I need both. And you're kind of doing the same thing with what you do with BeautyFit.
I got a funny story.
Okay.
When I started BeautyFit, I actually said to myself, you know what? I'm going to be able to sit back a little and you know, call my relationships and get in and then build it from the back end, right? And I have all the girls promoting the product and give them a home and, you know, a foundation and you know, that kind of stuff, right? So first 2 years we were doing really well and stuff like that. And then it happened all of a sudden. I showed up. Nobody knew it was me. Nobody knew BeautyFit was me. So I showed up at an expo at the BeautyFit booth. I wasn't wearing any BeautyFit stuff, you know. And all of a sudden I'm standing next to the BeautyFit booth and a buddy of mine comes up and he goes, you working with this brand? Like that. And I'm like, it's mine. He goes, no shit. I said, yeah, I'm staying behind the brand. And I thought I was a genius, right? I thought I was a genius. I was like, wow, I'm able to stay behind, get fat, you know, just, you know, just chill out a little, right? And just use my experience and my knowledge and whatever that, you know, the formulation side of it, the marketing side. So one time I had asked this girl to do a video of this special, right? Of this special. And it like, you know, come on. I didn't get it. The day of the special, there was no video. So what do? My usual, right? This is how it all started. So all of a sudden I'm walking in the Florida office, walking in the warehouse, shooting the video. Hey everybody, blah, 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 blah. And I send it to my guy to put it up, right? And he goes, what's this? I'm like, that's all we got. Right? He goes, okay, if you say so. And we put it up and all of a sudden the engagement was off the charts. And everybody around me says, it's you now. and basically, speaking of what we're talking about, I think it was my personal brand that took BeautyFit to the next level, because year 4, 5, and 6, man, we just blew up. Right? So I'm not saying I have an amazing personal brand, right? But there was a trust factor there. I've been here. I've been in the business. I've been in the business for a long time. So there was a trust factor. So you want to chalk that up to a personal brand? Yes, it makes a difference. It does. It really does. When you know the owner and you know who the owner is, you know the background, you know where they've been. And we're talking about supplement companies now, right? You know where they've been, good or bad, right? Because there's some other owners out there that are just, not kosher. So, but they have a great brand. Who would have thought? So here's the thing. I believe that there's a percentage where that personal brand does make a difference. And there's also a time where that personal brand has to step away a little. Like nowadays, I don't get into everything. I could, but sometimes I don't. And that's where I believe that you can, and there's a certain, it's part of marketing. I would chalk it up to marketing, not like an ego or whatever. If someone says, hey, it's like me, I can't advertise the Beauty Bomb, right? But I can say what it's in it, how it works, all that stuff.
Right. So you're on the side of the fence that's it's advantageous to have both.
Yeah, I believe Correct. So. I believe, and I believe there needs to be a warm and fuzzy feeling, right? No matter what that is. Is it an experience side? Is it an athletic side? Is it a famous side? But there needs to be a warm and fuzzy feeling with the consumer of who is behind the brand. I believe so.
So let me ask you this, and this is kind of side talk. You talked about LeBron James. Let's use Tiger Woods. I mean, everybody knows who Tiger Woods is. Everyone knows what he went through, his rise, his fall, his rise again. When you look at brands like Nike, is it smart to have people becoming the face of or the personal brand for the business?
Should I answer?
Yeah.
It's an endorsement deal, of course. They were personal brands before.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Nike took a personal brand, gave the consumer a warm and fuzzy feeling they had already, and attached a product to it. Don't we have people who endorse different products?
Correct. So do you think it's better for a brand to bring another personal brand in? So let's go back to Tiger and Nike.
Right.
Is it better for Nike to bring in, let's say, Tiger versus having one of their own employees end up being the personal brand?
Well, you gotta build the employee has to build that personal brand. So if they become a personal brand, I mean, everybody loves a great story. And this whole Tiger Woods, right? Everybody beat him down. And what happened? The same people who were telling everybody that he was never going to make it back were actually on top of their chairs screaming, for Tiger Woods, at the Masters.
Right.
So everybody loves a story. Now, if you have a personal brand, that you have an employee that has in the supplement business, let's say in the supplement business, that has lost 30, 40 pounds, right? Or has a great story. I'd be the first one. I do that all the time. I don't get famous people. I get the stories. People want to hear stories because they can relate to them.
Absolutely. So what else do you think people
Yeah,
really?
you're thinking today.
It doesn't happen very often, and it goes back to us kind of going. So what do you want to talk about today? Um, with the business side of branding, how do you see, I guess, the marketing and advertising side being different between, say, a personal brand and a business brand? Should they do the same types of things? Obviously, social media is huge. Everyone should be utilizing that, regardless if you're a personal brand or a business brand.
Right.
But what else kind of differentiates the two? What should people who are, the huge conglomerate businesses that don't necessarily want the personal branding side of their business, what should they be doing or thinking about trying versus a personal?
The first thing they need to do is connect with the consumer. When you connect with the consumer, there's two things that a consumer wants to be a part of, or wants to be as cool or fun as. All right. So, for example, you got Dwayne now, The Rock, with Under Armour, right? I'm even considering in wearing Under Armour, right? And for 40 years, I've only worn Nike, but because of Dwayne, I might switch over to Under Armour. Why? Because it's cool now. It's fun. So every brand has to create that warm and fuzzy feeling with the consumer. Cool. It was part of the movie. The Facebook movie. What movie was that? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Wasn't it the social something?
Yeah.
The social network, or
right, with Justin Timberlake, right? And he played what's his name. So there was one part in that movie which I really liked. The rest of the movie I really didn't care for. That he said that they were in a club and they said, we're going to make Facebook cool and fun. And when Facebook first came out, it was cool and fun. And if the branding of any company, basically, even an office, even a marketing firm, right, is cool and fun. Look at Google. Go to Google. Go to Facebook in California. Go to Amazon. I mean, these offices are incredible. They're fun.
right?
They're cool and fun. So if you create the cool and fun environment for the consumer, for the employee, to me, it's a home run. It's a matter of time.
I think it really goes back to what you said in the beginning, and that's reaching out and establishing who your customer is and connecting with them, getting that connection. Because I mean, everybody wants to feel like they're a part of something. So when you mentioned about, yeah, maybe I'll start wearing Under Armour now because The Rock is the face of it and it made it cool again. That's the connection with somebody. Somebody looks at The Rock, they see him in the movie, they see what he's done, from an athletic standpoint in college and everything, to his wrestling career, to everything. And people want to connect with somebody like that because they idolize them. They put them on a pedestal and they're like, I want to aspire to be like that person. So I think that's where, brands can really win, especially anyone who deals with guys like, you talked about Justin Timberlake, who, I mean, the guy can do everything, dance, sing, write, you name it. The Rock, I don't know if there's anything that man can't do. But I think that's extremely important. Sing?
I don't think he can sing. Can he sing?
He did. He
tries to sing.
Well, he in what was that movie that he was part of? Mulan, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
I believe he had a singing part in that.
Did I freeze? Can you see me?
Yeah, you're not moving.
No.
No, but I think you have a pulse.
I do. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't have anything else to really add to this topic, so we can unfree. we can unfreeze you. But do you have anything that you want to close with between a personal brand and business branding?
Find a way to create the warm and fuzzy feeling with the consumer, and the consumer to feel confident and can trust the brand. That's it. It's a very easy formula, but so many brands make it so hard to execute.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes with both personal and business brands. Regardless, you have to be able to connect. So with that being said, guys, let us know. Do you have a brand? Are you the owner of a brand? What's working for you guys? Let us know in the comments, whether it's on YouTube, social media. Regardless, let us know. We appreciate your feedback, your input. And if you guys have topics of what you guys want us to talk about, maybe there's just a burning idea in your brain that you're like, I would love to hear somebody's input and feedback on this topic. Let us know. We're always up for ideas because we pretty much just kind of figure it as we get on Skype and say, hey, I think people would like this or that, and we run with it. So with that being said, I got nothing else. We appreciate your attention. You can find us on Facebook. Obviously, Fit Business Official. Go ahead and join. We got hundreds of people that are over there. We would love to connect with you guys as well. So with that being said, I got nothing else. Jimmy, why don't you send us out?
Peace, brother.
Later.